FLEEKAZOID's new fucking video just dropped.
Troops, it's time to make Payday angry. What? Oh, this? No, this isn't a fursuit.
What are you talking about? This is my high-level armor. Come on, quit being jealous. It's
armor,
unbecoming. Monster Hunter Wilds is the latest furry indoctrination sandbox where you smack really big monsters for 100 hours and somehow don't get bored of it. It's David and Goliath if David drugged Goliath and brought him back to his special dungeon. It's my favorite franchise where you can turn an endangered animal into a fur coat. And it's the fork in the road that either leads to becoming a furry or Cabela's. But for me, it's just another fine addition to my collection of games where I
kill things because they're different from me.
In fact, this game is so much fun, I didn't have to use mods. I mean, but, you know, besides a couple of quality of life things, but they're just some small front-end tweaks. I promise you, you're not even gonna notice them. I mean, when our blacksmith looks like this,
I don't even need to use mods.
what I do need is for this entire story to fuck off right now. I'll tell you what's really wild. The tutorial is 8 hours long, and they call it the main story. They put in so many cutscenes and walk-alongs that I kept forgetting what the dodge button was between fights. I go from ODing on dopamine in the fights to going cold turkey in the cutscenes. These cutscenes are like dopamine detoxes. Get that annoying little shit out of my face. I get that the story is supposed to build up all these fights and give you more of a reason to want to hunt the monsters, but you misunderstand me, Capcom. I already have a reason. I want to turn that gangly bitch into a mink coat. I don't need to know who they are, where they come from, or why they're here. I need to know if killing them will help me make my greatsword even greater. The only motivation this is giving me is to skip the cutscenes until I see a big old monster show up, like those monsters right there.
Oh my god, I just realized that's modded because, like, bitch, why is the thing fanging? It's a mod. Oh my god.
There, god damn, Gemma, look at those big naturals. What is that, tungsten steel? Luckily, once the main story is done, they just let you smack the fucking monsters. But before we get into fucking monsters, let's talk about stalking monsters. Wilds is way more actiony and streamlined than the previous entries. In previous games, just to find these bastards, you would have to interview the chicken's family, past lovers, you'd have to find piles of shit and take a little nibble and go
in.
He's within 100 meters of here. I know it. Tonight's the night, and it's gonna keep happening again and again and again. Oh shit, there he is. Only to have to repeat this all over again 10 minutes later because the bastard rolled away mid-fight. I thought I was getting an animal cruelty simulator, and instead I got a shitty serial killer getting his daily cardio simulator. PETA shouldn't be mad about this game. I think this is more the fat activist jurisdiction. Whereas in Wilds, you load in, hop on the bird, turn on autopilot, go take a dump, come back, and there's the frog staring you down deviously.
Come over here and kiss me.
Ooh, that's so fucking good. That quality of life is so fucking good. Just like, I don't need to fucking track them. I don't need to track them manually now. Oh, that's...
on my hot mouth.
Now when he runs, I'm tracking that bitch on Find My Fursuit. We're one game away from not even showing up to the battlefield anymore and just drone striking these bastards. I get it now, new Assassin's Creed fans. Letting the game play itself is way better than me playing it. I can only imagine how good it feels to avoid playing your dog shit game. But for now, we still gotta mince our meat, and with that being said, the combat's fantastic, no matter what weapon you use. The flow is stupendous. The new aiming feature gives me a snowball's chance in hell at reaching these tall monsters' taints, and I don't even think a single franchise out there has as impactful hits as Monster Hunter does. When you're smacking them, the scales come off, tails come off, you're shaving them like one of those meat tornadoes at the kebab places. Except instead of questionable meat-like compounds, you're shaving off a little Gucci, a little Cucinelli, a little Prada, a little Tom Ford. I'm shaving off this drip by the fistful. And I know I said any weapon is fun, but you should know by now not to listen to me. There's only one weapon that will allow you through the pearly gates, and that's the great sword. Some people...
True, the great sword. I prefer the long sword though. Like, the great sword's too slow. The long sword is like in between. Not that slow and not that fast. That's why I like it. Great sword and hammer. I don't fucking... long sword and hammer.
Will say there's no need to go all in because you can just bring a second weapon, and they're right. You do get a second weapon. Another great sword. Shut up and go get Gemma to make you a Cosby sword to go with your regular sword. Gunlance users are out here struggling on monsters as simple as the flaming cocks. Can you imagine that? Great sword havers can't. The great sword's all about smacking the shit out of a monster.
Just like smack, smack. That's the gameplay. Just smack, 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 smack.
as you can, as slowly as you can, while taking the absolute most damage you can. Make no mistake about it, choosing the great sword is choosing to take a hurtin'. I'm out here popping mega potions like...
Because you're not fucking moving. You're so slow. You're just fucking like... And then you mid-swing, and your fucking tail just fucking hits you straight in the fucking face, and you need a fucking potion to fucking drink.
Percocets, can't feel a fuck to give, I am him. It's very different from the gun lance user strategy of the best offenses getting killed immediately and letting your friend beat the boss for you. Humble opinion here, but gun lance users should be put up against a wall and showered with shampoo and body wash. Get that sweaty shit out of here. Did you know that 9 out of 10 gun lance users...
I don't even know how to play that shit. Like, I never played that. Like, I used that in Worlds. I never used the gun lance. I used the insect glaive, great sword, hammer, long sword, and like 2 of the fucking bows. I used one as a shield. Is axe a thing? I know it's
or furries. That stat just came out. Go look it up. The great sword has hit, block, and parry. What more do you need? But with great power comes great responsibility. Parrying ain't easy. You have to start your parry 7 years beforehand and then hope it lines up with him being 3 feet away from you in the middle of an attack. Timing is
You need to time that shit.
essential. When their back is turned on you, not yet. When they just started their attack, not yet. When your wife starts banging the neighbor, not yet. It's all about that perfect moment. When now!
And you're fucking dead.
Listen, if you can't get the parry down, just go find a great sword user who did get it down that'll carry you until Capcom servers take a shit. Now, with all that being said, weapons are only half the battle. The other half is fucking up explosive barrel tosses or using the environment against the monsters. And the environment can be any number of things. You can pull a cliff down on a frog, you can lure him into a vine trap. Hell, sometimes a hawk will come down to double team that cock. Except you shouldn't double team him. I'll tell you what you should do. You should remove yourself from the situation and take a little inspiration from Mike Vick's playbook. That's right, start taking bets. Who's gonna win, the hawk or the cock? This is a
just watch them beat themselves together, like beat each other up.
God-given side hustle laid upon your feet. Are you an entrepreneur or not? If you see 2 dogs fucking and don't start charging matinees and running Facebook ads for it, then I guess you just don't want a Lamborghini. Do you, Bill? Profit, profit, profit. Then go use that money to craft more weapons. I just crafted a heavy bowgun. I don't like...
Oh my god, it's getting bigger and bigger. The longer the video is.
Heavy bowguns. I would never even fucking
It is fucking getting
touch
you
a heavy
bigger.
bowgun. I just wanted to see the blacksmith again. That's business. As far as what armor you should use, just craft whichever fursuit matches your persona. Listen, pimps, I gotta admit something to you. This whole time I was in fact using mods. And not just the quality of life mods I told you about. I admit I used mods to make the heavies heavier. I know. You probably didn't even notice, but I had to confess.
It's gradually getting bigger every second of the video.
Before I showed you this last mod, I've gone too far, damn it. Too far!
There's nothing that is too far. Oh shit. I don't know why people like that. And like, I don't know why. Or into that kind of shit. Oh my god, that's so disgusting. Great video though. Great video.